The name of our panel.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, we're live. We have lots of fun and interesting, exciting people here today that I actually don't know all their names to, so I'm going to go from my left to right and have everybody kind of introduce themselves. I believe this is Ellie?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm Ellie Kessman. I know one of your compatriots, Johnny Christmas, from Twitter, and we're both statisticians and data kind of people, and I look for anomalies, all sorts of stuff, including infosec stuff. And
Oh.
I know about 2600 and bug tricking and all of those kind of things. And I can strength.
All right, next down the line is...
Our nice big panel.
Yes, lots of people, all the people. Introduce yourselves, please, and thank you.
Jack, that's you.
Jack.
Hi, Jack, All-American Zero. Reporting in. I'm also the crazy fool who runs Ninja OS.
Hi, this is Side Pocket. I'm here to get laid.
I think you might have come to the wrong place for that. I'm just gonna... Online meetups, maybe not so much.
But that's my fetish.
Side Pocket always goes to the wrong place. And Side Pocket hand off to the next person in your team there.
Oh,
Team.
hi, I'm a person.
Once again, not getting your name.
You have to have a name.
She likes birds.
I'm
Oh,
a good person.
Bird.
she's lying to you.
Kill bird.
She knows all about it. She
Birdie's-
knows exactly what she's doing.
She only looks innocent.
Exactly.
I have proof.
I don't know. I've known. With the exception of G.I. Jack, I've known everyone in that room for like at least 6-7 years.
Almost a decade.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how long I knew everybody in this group until I started thinking about it. I forgot why I started thinking about it a few months ago, and I was like, wow, it's been like a decade. That's pretty scary.
Next year will be 10 years from me.
I time everything by I count everything basically by Hope conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's my yardstick for the passage of time.
In general, or in specific, with regards to people that have also been to the Hope conferences?
Technically both. I mean, my concept.
I did that 1/32 of a Hope conference ago.
Exactly. I mean, no, it's literally I have a really bizarre experience of the actual passage of time, and so having something that happens on a regular schedule helps me mark it out.
Is that because you're a night owl?
No,
That does not help.
you ever blacked out while drinking? It's also known as time travel.
That also doesn't help.
Because you're a night owl.
Are you just saying that because he's Irish?
No, I do serious. I actually.
I lived with him for a week. I'm not going to go into details of that due to the NDAs that I've signed.
Yes, that's advisable. Do not violate those NDAs. They are enforceable with pain.
Information was meant to be free.
Up until it's the terms of knowing that information is I come to your house with a cricket bat
Speaking of which, I think we have other.
while you're sleeping.
So who are the other goofy humans in here?
Anyway, there are some other goofy humans here. What are they doing?
I'm Nick God. You know me. I do stuff.
He does stuff.
Yeah, fearless leader in the.
He practically runs this shit, except for the podcast.
I do? That's scary, because I haven't done fuck all
Let's say,
in a long time.
It's okay, I haven't done fuck all either. We really need to change that. I should check and see if anybody's actually proposed for a show since the last time I checked. We're supposed to have emails about that, right?
I don't know. Look, the real question is how many people have proposed a show since I subbed?
Yes, that's a good question. You're always the first one that pops up on the list.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, because usually I'm the one that reminds everyone that, hey, we should actually start registering applications for shows.
And as much
And
as
then they send me the link, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to fill this out with the copy and paste of my last application.
and as much as it was fun running around with Johnny Xmas, and I know they had to do the internet thing, but running around with Johnny Xmas on Friday finding content, it would be nice to like not fully have to repeat that again because we'll have like.
Well, yeah, no. I mean, the advantage now is that we should actually be able to get a decent amount of feeds from the actual speaker tracks.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Last year we had, I think, some semblance of feeds from all the speaker tracks, and we didn't use them. And the reason why we didn't use them is actually because we generally had content. We had people coming in and talking.
Well, that's good.
And what's really good, and I don't think I've noticed it this year, is that last year we got them to pretty much link to the application to all of the speakers. So it's like, hey, if you're speaking and you want to either hype your show or give kind of like a retrospective about like your talk or whatever, like if you want to do that, you can go on Radio Statler. And we got a lot of people come in that way. So we had a lot of the speakers come in, and it was actually really cool. I don't think I saw that this year when we did our application and when we got our acceptance, which is a little disappointing. But I think that's largely because we didn't. It's probably our failing because last time it worked because Tech Darko kind of handled that because he's more involved with the actual con than we are, or at least than I am. That being said, we do have the Apply-matic. We have a new version of the Apply-matic, so we just need to spread that around liberally.
Yeah, and soon, because like my thing is, I'm probably gonna actually, if I still can, end up helping at least with some part with radio, because let's just say due to the craziness of the last 6 months of my life, either the arcade is not going to happen until 2018, or it's going to start off way smaller than my original plan was.
Yeah, I'm going to crash the show. I'm going to crash somebody's show again.
So yeah, so I think I'm going to have free time at the con, and I even have like even smaller projects that I'm going to do that was normally going to be the arcade time. So I'd be more than happy to help out with bits and pieces of Radio Statler, like I've done in the past.
Well, Jack, I'd offer you a slot on my show.
Do it.
Because Statler hasn't rejected my application.
It's, me and Vermont are going to show up 3 in the morning drunk as skunks again.
But by the way, Night Owl,
no.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this, and you just kind of brought it up.
Ah, shit.
There's never even.
I'll just.
Okay, so here's the deal, Night Owl. You guys don't even really have to put in an application. I just kind of make the assumption that you're gonna do it.
Show up, yeah.
So you get that time, and if you guys don't show up, we're kind of fucked. So.
Well, you know what? If we actually went on air on time, for once, this would be the first year ever that we weren't preempted.
Yeah.
And you're more than likely going to be preempted again.
Of course, because that's what happens to us when we're the only fucking people submitting for a 2 a.m. live show.
Yep.
Anyway, Jack.
Is anybody playing music on Radio Statler? Because I think like 2 a.m.
A lot of people are.
Great time for some like combination of like psychedelic and electronic music.
Jack, that's usually what preempts me.
Yeah, and my question though is, I know our booth is still technically kind of small, but even if it's another part of the con, would it be possible for us to actually do like some live shit this year?
I don't know, because I can bring back some of my shock jock personalities from my college radio days. And maybe throw it down a little bit, just combination of playing hardcore punk and talking shit.
I'll help.
Well, submit that as a show.
Oh,
This is Jack Molotov, and you're listening to Firestarter Radio. Get fired up.
Wait,
On the next, we have blah, blah,
No, that's terrible. That's terrible. Stop it.
are we bringing the webcam back, or are we just doing pure audio?
I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
I've got a bunch spare.
I mean, yeah, we generally always have some sort of webcam there. In fact, we have a lot of stuff that we generally bring with us and just don't.
No, actually, really sadly, this is actually now basically what I do for a job.
Yeah, no, I vouch.
No, my entire job is basically video blogs and fucking
Yeah.
video podcasts and shit.
Behind the scenes there, it's a lot of. Okay, you're gonna turn the computer on. It's the green on button. The red one? No, the green one that says on. You mean the one that's no?
You just press the power button, damn it!
And then when he turns his screen off, he turns into the Incredible Hulk and destroys half of the room, which I don't.
Oh, I wish.
No, because the at Hopex, that was one of the years where we didn't have the webcam, and unfortunately, even though I like the idea of pure audio, we actually had so many visual things happen that the running joke between me, Johnny, and Cooter was there'd be stuff going on in the booth, and we were like, oh, like, it's radio, we really wish you could see this.
But like sometimes things are, when you do radio, some things are best left to the imagination.
I know, like
There are.
the camera all the time. It's just
And if something really stupid happens, you just don't want.
Hope 10 we didn't have camera, I don't believe. Hope 9 was. Hope 9 was the one that we did.
Yeah.
And we,
I mean, we
TV.
Definitely.
So we had a camera at Hope 10. We just never did anything with it. Like
Right,
and this,
that was the thing.
it happens all the damn time. We bring all sorts of stuff, and we're like, oh hey, we're gonna have a phone system. We're gonna have this and that and blah blah blah, and we just like don't do it.
No, we
Well,
have a phone
We
system.
usually don't have enough time to really get into it. And then by the
Yeah.
time that we could get it done, then it's
now,
already halfway through the con.
I can
and fuck it, why
provide
would we
a
do
phone
that?
system, but I need a VoIP uplink, and I need cabling.
We were specifically looking for a talk show system, like the big,
Oh.
like a full.
Well,
Caller number 1, you're on the air, and
so
that's
I
slightly
don't.
harder.
Rebel calls in. Yeah.
A cabling should be.
No, I have a tie-in.
Okay, are you talking about that cool PBX thing you've been working on for forever and a day?
Well, yes, but no. Also, no, I have a just standard UTP POTS line to a XLR adapter.
Oh, a hybrid. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
It's single line, but
right. I mean, like the problem there is, first of all, getting a POTS line is not the easiest thing in the world. But also, it's kind of it's
literally tie it into like an internal phone system. You don't even have it dial out. You could literally be able to dial in right from the conference. I mean, how expensive is Cat?
well, no. Here's the thing: I have a PBX. I have multiple single line endpoints. I have a hybrid.
right. But we could do the same thing with a soft phone and a decent audio card. The trickery is getting
Well, assuming that the soft phone doesn't crash every 5 minutes,
which
basically
we've never.
all of them do.
I haven't really had that issue, but anyway, you could also do it with you can do it with Asterisk. You can do it a lot of different ways. The problem we've run into is doing it in such a way that is easy to screen people and then put them in a queue. So you just hit like next caller button, and that stuff is significantly harder to do. We had it like once, and it didn't work right. And
Well, so you made it sound like I think there's two issues really. Is we would have to, like, the overhead to get it done. Sounds like it's a huge pain in the ass to have the next in queue. And you also mentioned like we have to screen people. So
Yeah.
maybe, what if we just had the ability to call out and didn't have people call in? Like, I don't think that having callers in really actually would add necessarily all that much to the content that we have.
Well, that's
I
the
would
easy
like to
bit.
see callers in because I mean it's like a radio show. It's like we're gonna get some real crazy motherfuckers, and that's what I'm counting on.
Yeah.
I want some of the weirdos who actually go to Hope to actually call in.
People
But I
still
mean,
remember the one.
dial out is easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dial out-
we could do all day. Even last conference, we just kind of like
Right.
We just
I want the records that woohoo! I'm drunk and the stupid cracked colors was going to be really hilarious.
Especially when the
More or
phone.
less.
Yeah,
We can always dial out the phone losers.
that's true.
But
Well,
I
we
mean-
have to try to attempt to bring Brad in. I think he only showed up for like 5 seconds. Do we have if we're doing keynotes and stuff again, do we have even unconfirmed shoe-in to get Cory Doctorow?
So I don't think that he was asked. I was going to ask him probably over Twitter, and I'm betting he seems like if he would be the kind of guy that would do that.
Yeah.
Which is something that I am kind of a little excited about, but but yeah. So I mean, I think we have to go and ask people that we know are going to be doing talks at this point.
He's at least available to run around and drag people into the booth.
Obviously, in proximity.
Yeah. And due to
So this has at times led to things. Don't count on it, but maybe.
Something else I was also thinking is that I do have an old Rolodex that might actually help out with scheduling stuff, because I remember we kept saying that we had like an online internet sort of schedule, but anytime anyone actually showed up to our booth and either wanted to talk or to schedule to talk, like no one could bring it up, so no one really knew what like different times were. So I think having like a dedicated physical system that's easy to remember would help.
Oh jeez, that's what I can't stand. Everyone's supposed to be hackers, and you just go all the way back to like cards and like non-physical systems.
So
Yeah, well, except that it usually ends up being me.
I'll tell you exactly what works.
It's me sitting behind a desk.
Yeah.
What's it called? I use OwnCloud, CalDAV, Android, GNOME Shell. All my shit's synced up. I have vertical integration, pure free software. I run all my devices like soup to nuts. I'm all my own admin stuff on my own hardware.
yeah, we actually were wanting to do. I think we had set up a Zimbra thing, but Zimbra didn't seem to really do calendaring particularly well. We'll probably just do Google Calendar or some shit and just have a shared one. And then probably set up a Raspberry Pi with a shitty monitor to act as like a front desk area. And then we should actually have somebody that's in charge of actually spinning up volunteers, because every year or not every year, but every time it seems like we get like so many people that come in. It's like I want to volunteer, I want to help, I want to do things, and then we're like, that's great. Oh shit, something's on fire. Just stay here, and then they wander off and never come back to us. So, because like we just don't have the resources to run the station and also train people to get them spun up to do stuff.
Probably do like a weekend before. Get everyone to sit down a weekend before.
Yeah, but that's really
that's
hard
the
because
problem.
we're all geographically separated. I mean,
That's
you
right.
have people from the Midwest, you have people from the South, you have people from. I mean, it work okay for people that are in New York already, but it's just really kind of hard to get everybody together a week before.
Where we usually try to cram it in, and it's more been like a lunch thing than an actual like sit down and training, is we usually do it Thursday after we set up the booth.
Yeah, but then as soon as we get the booth up in time.
To actually train people to do stuff, because it seems like also each con we set up the booth faster and faster. I remember it felt like in 2 seconds we already had the booth up. I was already helping out other people's booths because we set it up that fast. And we're like, "Well, it's done? Yeah, it's done." So we could probably use that time and like actually like do stuff, and maybe as an incentive, because I do it anyhow, I usually buy breakfast and lunch for people. So.
But
Just get the people going and motivated.
I mean, I don't think it's really a motivation thing. I think it's here's how you do a thing. Please do this.
Yeah.
And even stuff that's as easy as like cutting audio. It's kind of hard because we're, I guess, almost entirely a Mac platform now. Like everything runs on Mac because that's how we do Dante in order to get audio feeds from every place.
What, you guys run Linux?
Well, so Dante doesn't have really good Linux drivers to do that kind of thing.
It doesn't have any Linux support at all.
Any at all? I thought that there were paid drivers that were expensive and also shitty, which is like the worst combination of things.
So what I've seen is there are devices out there that use Dante that are like, if you look at them, they're Linux under the hood. Like PreSonus has a lot of that stuff. All of their consoles and their speakers and stuff are all Linux with DSP and stuff. It's kind of cool. But the Dante cards are usually like implemented in some sort of hardware. So it's like a chip that gives you analog audio, and then the Linux boxes take the analog audio and do stuff with it.
Yeah, it's like you're shitty Mac proprietary audio.
Right.
It's either Mac or Windows, and fuck Windows. So
Fuck Mac.
I mean, you can. It's in my opinion, it's kind of two shitty options. I don't want to start an argument because that's a big argument. But mostly I don't know. It's frustrating because Macs are expensive and don't necessarily have a lot of people that are used to them.
Well, they're expensive-ish. They're not bad on eBay. They don't hold their value particularly well because everybody's like, oh my god, if it's not the latest generation, then fuck it. So you can actually get really good deals on eBay. The other nice thing about Mac is the audio support for Mac is so much better than Windows. Like, not even funny.
Well, Windows audio support's pretty crappy. The last version of Windows I really used, to be honest with you, is XP. Because really, I've been living in Linux land, running Linux like daily driver since early 2010.
And to be fair, in terms of audio, Linux really isn't much better. In fact, it's not better at all.
It's a lot better, especially if you've actually configured it right and you're actually using jack to your pulse. It's a lot better.
Yeah.
But not all of the distros have great jack support either. So you have to go through and manually configure.
Actually, people knock Pulse, but Pulse is actually fairly good. I mean, with Pulse, I seamlessly go between Bluetooth headsets, piping audio from one program to another program. It's just Jack does it with lower latency. If you're like doing like pro shit, go on Jack. But like Pulse, I mean, I've actually had good results with Pulse audio. And I'm like one of the few people who actually thinks Leonard Pottering knows what he's fucking doing. Probably one of the few people. Because I think all of his projects are actually good. Between that, I think Network Manager is actually a good program, and Systemd is a good program. That he's actually made Linux a first-class desktop operating system that's competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. I don't know. Of the three of them, of the three systems, I still think Core Audio is the best framework for doing shit, and so that's why we've gone around Mac, that and the Dante thing.
I haven't used Mac that much, so I really can't argue that one. But like, I'm actually fairly impressed with audio support in like modern Linux distros.
Yeah, so if Core Audio is essentially all of the benefits of Pulse mixed with all of the benefits of Jack and literally none of the downsides of either of them, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cool.
It is pretty good and stable, provided the rest of the infrastructure is running.
I don't know. I just run GNOME. It pulls everything in. It all works.
I'm still mad at the person who apparently cut the cable at OPEX, but at least, we got...
You know what? How about this?
For laughing,
with the webcam, let's put the webcams on on the shaft where the cable is, and hopefully we'll catch some motherfucker.
That's a lot of stairs to monitor.
Yeah.
It's like 18 flights or something, right?
Yeah. That sounds better.
It's actually a little more than 18 because there's in between floors that nobody's supposed to know about.
Nobody's supposed to know about those.
There's 2 basements, yeah.
So it's like what I say about Hope. It's like the perfect location to shoot like a low budget slasher flick.
There's apparently a full-on video production studio in that building.
Yep.
Yep.
Because that's where they used to have the Maury show.
Yeah, because it literally looks like it's like you could film like another Shining knockoff, like right in Hotel Penn. Because that's what it looks like. In fact, the Hotel Penn Shining does not look nearly as creepy.
And you wouldn't even have to hire actors. Just have normal people that attend the hotel. They're already creepy enough to play the different.
I mean, cameras are cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I can film 1080p on my phone, and it's a bit.
So Jack, what you're suggesting is that maybe we'll announce at Hope 11 that Radio Statler will not only do radio, but that will span out and start making our own short hacker movies.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing we can do is we can just get like this is like really silly, but we can just get everyone in ridiculous costumes, and we can film our own Hollywood hacker bullshit movie at Hope. We just need somebody who's decent with HTML design for flashing screens.
That's easy.
Make
That's
it,
the guy who's
a few
Stopbait writes our entire website drunk on the first night before.
We just need booze for the actors, right?
Yeah.
And we need some airsoft guns. And I got this all in my head. We don't need a plot. We can make a plot in post-production because none of them have plots to begin with. Which we should do because our It's a Unix system needs new content because they're taking CSI Cyber off the air.
Well, that it sounds similar to an idea that I had that in between panels I wanted to do Hacker Celebrity Jeopardy, which is like the Saturday Night Live Celebrity Jeopardy panel, except all the panelists are hysterical, gross parodies of people in the hacker and InfoSec communities. Which, you know, then the kind of debate of, well, maybe we should just use the original people because a lot of people in the community are hysterical, gross caricatures of themselves. So that's a whole argument for another time. So, anything else on the agenda list, or we're just goofing off at this point?
I mean, do you really think we have an agenda for this thing? Like, we just kind of bullshit for an hour, hoping something good.
I try to do some semblance of that we actually know what we're doing and that we're on times with things. It's the illusion of that, you know. It's kind of like, you know, when you're sitting in a movie theater that what you're watching is pre-recorded, but you kind of get absorbed into it, like.
Yeah. Suspense of disbelief, I believe they call it.
Like, I remember people telling me, oh, there was so much content on Radio Statler on Friday, it's like really good content, and all I remember was when we were like, oh crap. We have no feed from the panel, so all we have is like half a day of music, so it's just running around throwing people in the booths, and somehow we had amazing content. So.
I think I was called Sci-Fi because Jack, we need you to go on the air now.
Yeah.
We need content. So I go, what's it called? Fortunately, they got me. I was still sober enough to actually be somewhat coherent. Literally got me 30 minutes before the drugs kicked in, which is kind of.
Like, that's why it's hilarious to listen to the audio because it's like sounds like a really professional interview, but it's like we're in basically like a homemade cooler that is the Radio Statler sound room, and you know I'm there, you know, doing my own like bullcrap, trying to make it sound like everything's okay, and like Jack like doesn't know where his feet are at the time.
It was okay when you're interviewing me. It's just 30 minutes later, it all just caught up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ninja OS, flash drives again this year. We're not painting them this year. I literally almost sanded off my fingertips last year with a sander painting them. This year we're just flat black USB sticks.
Yep.
We'll have as promo items.
Yep. And Jack's been doing really comprehensive stuff with Ninja OS. So like before, while it was kind of like it was good. It was like good, but it was like still kind of like experimental. This is like. Just so much has progressed since then.
Not just that, a few of the wish list features that I always wanted to do. I finally got some time to sit down and knock them out. Big feature we're going to have this year is the Ninja Shurikens. What's a Ninja Shuriken? Everyone remember Derek's Boot and Nuke. Can't remember how they got bought out, and there's nothing to replace it. Good news, there's something to replace it now. Ninja Boot and Nuke. It's Derek's Boot and Nuke re-implemented solely as a dash script as an MK-init CPO profile. Runs entire.
They got rid of Derek's Boot and Nuke?
It's what's called got bought out.
Mm-hmm.
It's called.
What?
Oh yeah.
Well, if anybody needs a copy,
you can still download it. There's a few problems I see with Derek's Boot and Nuke. Is one, it takes a while. You have to go through a lot of configuration by the time you get to the nuker, right? Ninja, what is called Ninja Boot Nuke. You basically get a SysLinux prompt with a big shuriken in the background, and it gives you an option. Abort. You have two options. Nuke will wipe every drive on the system. Abort will reboot the system. It's fuck it up. Written solely X-Linux bootloader, cutesy little background, and of course a dash script, Debian OnQuest shell in Arch Linux and its CPO profile. All in Earthly user land with nothing running. It's beautiful. It works.
So you should put in an application and actually come give us an update because you came on last year. So we should actually plan that out as opposed to having it be a last-minute thing.
He had a plan that actually. He was like, "Hey Jack, you want to be on Radio Statler about Ninja OS?" He asked me a couple of months before, and I'm like, "Okay, so just give me a call."
See, I thought it'd be like Saturday in the morning when it's dead, but when the whole crisis thing on Friday happens, I'm like,
"Now's the time."
Spell your name. Okay, cool. You're coming to the booth now. It's like what? I'm like, yeah, we like literally need something like in the next 2 minutes.
I get off this when I'm on the train. I'm like, we're right at the Pullman Penn Station. I literally have a 1 liter of Jim Beam. I crack a liter of Jim Beam. I'm like, yes, it's gonna be a good conference.
Oh man,
It was a good conference.
It was a good conference.
Well, I still think my best memory, I wish Nick God was here. I think it was because of more how Nick God was like shocked, was right after Thomas Drake did the whole Snowden panel.
Yeah.
And I made like before then I was constantly talking to the PR people to try to get him down there, and I still can't remember how the conversation flow had happened to convince this, but I just love that there was this huge row of like media people to interview him. And Hope staff walked him directly past those into our booth.
We need to know what. Do you want to know what the actual best part about that is? My understanding is that he got done with our interview.
Yeah.
And he just went into the rest of the conference. I don't think he talked to anybody else.
Yeah. Like he did things once who were there, but they never like brought him to the PR area.
Yeah, they didn't take him to the media the media team. I think he just came here and then. Who took the photos? So we took photos of people with the Radio Statler shirts, and they went a place, but I have no idea where they went.
No.
So that's actually one thing. That's one thing. If you have pictures from previous hosts from Radio Statler and they're not on the internet, you should do that and tell us like which con they're from because we're gonna need shit for this presentation panel thing.
I only found 3. They already posted on the Facebook thing. That's the only pictures I have. If you want me to take pictures this year, so that way if we're still going on the next couple of cons, we can continue a photo archive. I can do that. I was just more focused on running around getting content than really taking pictures of things at the time. But
yeah, but we do have some people that came. Like I think ATG had like a really nice camera. And he was taking photos of people. But we have, like, pictures of Radio Wonderland with the shirt. We have, I think, Drake with the shirt.
Yeah.
All kinds of people. And just, like, setting up the con and shit like that. Like, I think other people... I don't think anybody specifically takes lots of photos, but I think between all of us, we probably make a decent number per con.
Oh, man. And the really also cool thing about when Drake showed up was that like me and Johnny are being like super excited, and so we're sitting in the booth and he's there, and like one of the first things that flies out of his mouth was he was just like, "Oh yeah," like we're talking because we're like on certain conversation, and at one point he's like, "Oh yeah, crap, I forgot to bring that up during the conference. Can I say it here?" And we're like, yes, exclusive stuff that he was supposed to say at the panel but didn't here on Radio Statler before all the other media go. that was even cooler. He was like, crap, there was a bunch of stuff I forgot to talk about. I'm like, go! Breaking news, yay!
That's kind of a part of the reason why we invited speakers on. We're like, hey, you should come on, and if you forgot something or had additional content, you could come in.
My absolute favorite thing, though, no offense to Jack, because that was like a close second of like, yay, like one of my friends is the first thing on the radio. But that it was, there was 2 panels, each about cellular networks. One was about doing it at Burning Man, the other.
Yeah, and then the Geeks Without Borders one, right?
Yeah, and we got them together in the same room, and what was weird was when I was taking them down, talking to them, they apparently they know each other's work, and they're huge fans of each other's work, but this was the first time they were meeting. Like,
Yeah, no, I remember that. That was a really good...
That was magical right there. There was just everyone with like shit-eating grins on their face, like talking about the one thing we all like, which is setting up our own phone stuff, because fuck everyone else, you know?
Yeah, no, it was really fantastic. We had a lot of really good content this past time for Hope 10. I think Hope 9 was pretty good too, though.
Wikimedia in New York might be doing something at Hope 11, so if they do, because I'm directly part of that organization, you can guarantee I can drag those people over. There's some very fascinating stuff that they talk about at their meetings and stuff that, like, not because they're secretive, but because it's a Wikipedia thing, like, no one else in, like, the tech communities ever hear these conversations, and it's pretty nuts. So if they bring something to Hope, and I know they submitted something, I just don't know if it got approved yet, that will be interesting.
But, yeah, you should definitely, if you're planning on stuff, definitely try and actually plan crap out. So we have a new Applymatic. The link is on Twitter and the Facebooks. I don't think it's on the regular page yet. The guy, so Stape had a kid, so he's been a little hard to get in touch with. So I don't know. I need to see what the deal is with that off of our regular, because I don't think we have the ANSI art page up. I think we have our regular, whatever was up there for. Yeah, it's still the Hope 10 project page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing's been. I don't think anything's been transitioned. Also, one big thing and one minor thing. Also, there's something that I'm working on, and I don't know if it's going to completely happen. So I don't know if I should get details about what it is yet. But I know that usually after we do the radio, we have a bunch of raw audio, and then it takes us like a week or two to churn through that. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is also organizing volunteers better together online, so that we can through that way faster, more in like 2 days or 3 days.
Well, okay, so here is my thought on that. So for Hope 9, everything except for the last, the closing, was available pretty much same day at con.
Yeah.
And the way that we managed that was by having me literally not leave a computer for several hours for most of the day.
Okay.
So what we should do in that aspect, I have two thoughts proposed for this. So firstly, this past time we had an issue where the way that we ended up wanting to record stuff so it would be as high quality as possible required manual effort on the board op, which didn't work out. A lot of times we lost content simply because either it didn't get saved, it got saved in the wrong, a bad location or with a bad name, so we had no idea what it was, or people forgot to hit record.
Yeah.
Which is a big problem. We actually lucked out. I think the guy's name was Ixion, but he thought we weren't archiving anything. So I have a 9.5 gig MP3 of every the entire audio from the con. It's 3 days worth. It takes an hour and a half to load up in Audacity anytime I actually want to cut anything out of it. So it's okay, that's loading. Let me go watch a movie.
Yeah, and then
come back. Oh, it's still loading. Maybe I'll go. It's fuck.
You should split it
up.
up.
Once it's open, you just hibernate the computer because you don't want to open it again. You're just I'm not gonna shut down. I'm just gonna hibernate and come back to it later.
Maybe you should splice the MP3 into smaller chunks because it'd be maybe easier to find stuff too.
You could do that. So there is a setting in Nicecast, and this is what we used at Hope 9. Is it every hour it just dumps out the file, so you have these segmented every hour. The only downside to it is it's whatever the quality that the stream is. So it takes stuff that is actually really high quality and then dumps it down to 128 kilobyte per second audio or something.
Why are you using 128? And why are you doing recording in MP3? Why not use FLAC because it's recorded? It's
Right. So the issue is that dumping it out when you are doing the stream is encoded in MP3.
It has to be constant bitrate, yes.
Yeah, so it's a constant bitrate MP3, and that's what the stream is, and so that's what it dumps out every hour, is whatever the stream is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could set it up to do all kinds of shit, but whatever you're streaming as, and you're not going to stream as, like, FLAC. You're not going to stream as WAVE. You're going to stream in MP3 or something else that's nice and small with a non-variable bitrate.
Yeah,
so,
you can't do FLAC.
So that's it's not the best solution, but it works pretty well. But then because everything kind of works out where stuff really kind of switches around hours or something, or stuff is kind of, it's either 30 minutes or an hour, you're just kind of like, okay, that's kind of the time that this thing had, so maybe you have like 5 minutes off one track, but you only have like 3 hours of audio up in your editor at one time, which works pretty well. And then it's really easy to just kind of cut and figure out, line everything up, and then dump it out to a log in an MP3 or whatever. Who gives a shit? So
sure enough, so you could probably actually use it. It's now in what's it called? It's now officially been in like GStreamer Good for a while now.
Do what?
Opus Audio. OPA.
That could work.
Okay. I mean, there's probably a lot of ways, but the streaming software we use, Nicecast, has a feature. You just click a box and it does it, and it dumps it out for you. It's really easy to use, which I think is probably the thing we need to really bounce down for. So one of the ways that I was thinking of doing it, there's two ways that I was thinking we can handle this. Is one, we can train people and be like, this is how you do Audacity. This is the XML file with, the album and all that shit, and just put in some comments, tell like what time it occurred, and then just dump it out. The other thought that I had is that you could use like rsync or some other thing to FTP it to a offsite, and then other people could download it and then do the editing and then re-upload it. But the issue with doing that would be that it'd be public FTP with uploads for whatever the fuck anybody wanted to upload, which sounds like a terrible goddamn decision for a number of reasons. So those are kind of the two things that I've been thinking about. I'm sure Nick God, if he hadn't had to dump off like 17 minutes ago or whatever, were here, he'd have words to say about that. But that's currently what I'm thinking about to handle that specific scenario.
We'll have to do more IRC meetings. I know I missed the last one in order to figure things out. And speaking of someone who plays down IRC, Andrew, do you want to do a show for Radio Statler? No, I mean for the actual conference. Like, would you want to submit something? What's your idea? Like,
I don't know. I can do one on history for photography or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, we don't really have many people talking about crypto on our stuff, even though we had like a big privacy group last year. So. Yeah,
I mean, not crypto in a bare, like at a nitty-gritty, like crypto at maybe a high-level thing is what we've had previously, because we had
and then, like,
a guy who did dark mail, but if you want to do something that's down in the weeds, that'd be awesome.
A lot of the heads of the USBs.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
That's fine.
Alright, yeah, why not?
It fell that way. I'll turn the light on. Sorry. There we go. That's good. Okay. Well, I have nothing more to say. Anyone else?
Sex, drugs, rock and roll.
How about you, Ellie? What do you think so far of your first time with the Radio Statler, the podcast?
Well, I just wrote a long text message here in the margins to y'all. I know about Hope conferences. I used to live in Manhattan. I think you've got a lot of logistics that you have to work out, but you know what you're doing. You should have allow call-in people to talk about it at the beginning. And I know exactly that hotel that you're talking about across from Madison Square Garden, where you have conferences. I used to live in Manhattan. I live in Arizona now. And when is the next conference? I don't know if you know about Identica and StatusNet. They're alternatives. They're open source alternatives to Twitter that I use.
Yeah. Are those still going? Identica and StatusNet?
Well, it's called something else, like pump.io or
Is
StatusNet.
that still going? 'Cause I heard pump that.
Yeah.
Kind of.
StatusNet is
Because like I'm on what's it called? There's GNU Social now, right? And there's a GNU Social instance called Quitter, Quitter.io.
Yeah.
I have a microblog on Twitter.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, why do you use Twitter? I'm like, well, fuck Twitter. I try to stay off like Twatter, Hipstergram. I have a Facebook. Like, I'll say it like Twatter, Hipstergram, Facebook, and what's it called, Fumbler. I mean, it's like
Instagram's good. Yeah, I don't do Facebook.
it's like a few years ago, somebody asked me, "Are you on social networks?" I mean, social network. You mean like IRC?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's the social network. What is it?
Yeah, like a LAN party. It's social. We're having beer and pizza. We're plugging all our computers in together. See, it's social when it's a network.
A LAN party is social. I know all this. Yeah, it's. I
Beer, pizza, Quake 2 or Quake 2.
Yeah, there's new social. I'm on some of the, or one of them we have the Sea Lion Club, but I like Twitter. I like Twitter more, though it's not. I mean, it's okay that it's not open source, but there's a lot of advertising, and I don't like that. It's also it's not private, and I know like my DMs I get banner ads for stuff that from when I'm looking on the internet that is based on the content of what's in my DMs, which is really creepy. The privacy thing.
Yeah.
To me. But when is the next Hope?
Should be July. Let me get the actual dates. Hope.
23rd, just the 22nd to 24th is the technical days, with setup happening Thursday on the 21st.
Yeah.
Is it possible to go to DEF CON and to Hope?
Yeah, it's in August. Yeah.
It is?
Both.
Yeah.
It's end of July,
Or something.
but yeah, they're about 2 or 3 weeks apart.
Yeah. The one you unfortunately can't attend to is DerbyCon because they sold out within 3 hours, which shocked staff too. Apologies. Because before then it took 3 days to completely sell out. So they had all their ticket orders to be ready to be sold in like 2 days, like between 24 hours, 48 hours, and they sold through everything in like 5 hours. And so there's a lot of people who would normally show up that got locked out, and apparently they're asking if the limit is the building code limit because they want to see if they can do new tickets, but apparently that seems like not an option, so they've been giving out a lot of IOUs for that, which I feel sad for, because I'm definitely applying next year because I have relatives that literally live right next to the convention center at DerbyCon. That's like my goal, is like go out and like hang out with relatives I haven't lived with a while and walk like 3 blocks and hang out boozing with everyone else. But it's kind of like
Tolerating me, and I'm going to be listening, and I'm sign off now.
And as long as Hope
All
doesn't,
right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, all.
Good.
Bye.
Later.
and as long as Hope doesn't announce a DARPA contract, I'm happy.
Why would Hope have a DARPA contract?
I don't know. There's other conferences that apparently have had them that everyone's been talking about, but not publicly, and being frustrated about it. So let's just hope the tradition continues.
Yes.
Fun times.
Yeah.
That's why it's like, where are you going to this year? I'm going to Black Hat and other Black Hat.
I'm excited for a Darknet party. I hope this gets done right.
Yeah, we plan on Saturday, like besides the mess, to do some sort of party in some capacity. Hopefully, it will actually be a party because I'm trying to go like my actual like party friends in that area, and there's like 5 or 7 different venues that are in like 3 to 5 blocks away from the Hotel Penn. That would be really good. And
But we got
like 90s cyberpunkish type party.
we got to do it right.
Wire.
It's got to be like right out of like the opening scene of like the Neuromancer, where you have like this dimly lit bar. We do this on purpose, and we put either like low playing music or like white noise generators, so no one can really eavesdrop.
Mm-hmm.
And
phone jammers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then you have like neon lighting, not just for decor, but so you really can't get a good look at anybody.
Mm-hmm. Hang out free mass at the door if you don't have one. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Sounds like it.
And when we mean, and here's something, since this is being recorded, when we mean Darknet party, we mean Darknet as a theme, not as a goal. That's how we're going to say it.
At least
that's how we're saying it.
At
We're
least,
sticking
of
to
course,
it.
yes. That's our final story.
Remember, this is going
it.
out to people, so yes.
We neither confirm nor deny the presence
Yeah,
of anyone.
this is not Satanism. This is not like
any
spiritual Satanism. This is Lee Satanism. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we neither confirm nor deny the existence of illicit substances on Darknets.
Yeah.
Or their presence.
Or where to find the party. Yeah, but we'll hear about it. Because everything else is just to see what the rest of the con's like. I'm kind of excited. I've heard some good things being passed around. Now, are you 100% going to do the intranet thing, or are you too focused on the panels? If he even heard me. Did he freeze?
He hasn't moved in quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh shit.
I think he actually...
I'm hoping he froze because the other alternative, because he doesn't look like he's breathing.
Yeah.
So.
It also might just be him drinking. So.
Dude, no, that would really suck if he just like it. Oh no, don't say that.
You're the one saying it, Jack. We haven't said anything.
I don't have. Does anybody have his phone number? We can call him.
Phone number.
Text him, yeah.
Hold on, 1 second. Oh, come on, Mr. Oh. 1 second, he's right.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Just send him a text.
Come on, what is it? Is it interesting?
So when we ending this 8:30 or something like that? Just because it seems like we actually covered a lot for once, probably because we don't have any Elmo full animatronic skeletons to distract us.
Yeah, I mean, I could go a lifetime without seeing animatronic Elmo skeletons.
Well, that's why I had to record video and I had to take pictures of it. Yeah, now I just realized that probably something Johnny Xmas would probably do at Hope is to have like a giant army of Elmo Furby hybrids.
Oh, God, that's a terrifying notion.
I will prove that if we replace the cat ear prank with that for Steve Rambram. Then I'll approve that.
Wait, what cat ear prank?
No, that do you want to tell this story or do you want? Because I think you were in the actual.
Well, the time that Johnny got assaulted by Steve Rambam because he was wearing cat ears?
Tell the details and I'll tell the plot because you were actually there. I came in with the aftermath where people.
I actually wasn't. I was not in the booth when that occurred.
Right, I thought everyone else was there but me because I was stuck somewhere else.
Why did he assault him for wearing cat ears?
Because I think there was a couple of reasons. One, I think it was weirding him out because Darko was wearing a Utilikill and Johnny was, of course, wearing cat ears. And then I think he was probably a little sauced. Which, fun story. So at Hope...
a little?
Good grief. I mean, you're at a hacker convention. What do you want?
I know, right? But so I think... so last year we had beer, and I think only one...
Is he like true Scotsman Utilikill, or like, you know? You mean by true Scotsman, right?
I think he had gym shorts for if he had to take a nap.
Oh.
If he had to take a nap. I'm pretty sure otherwise.
Well, what happened with the cat ears?
Drunk Steve Rambam roughed up Johnny Xmas, I think, is the moral of the story.
For wearing cat ears?
Pretty much. I can dig through the archives. I can find that. I'll post it.
Nothing more to that than just, hey, you have cat ears on.
Yeah.
Look at this weird guy with the cat ears.
Here's what I remember from the audio recording. So I remember Johnny was wearing that. They had a button-down shirt. He had like an LED pin that was saying different messages on his shirt, and he was wearing black cat ears. I think he had something else, but it wasn't, crazy. And so Johnny's actually like doing a legit interview with Ram, like he's actually asking him real questions and stuff. And there would just be these pauses, and a very intoxicated and creeped out Rambram is just like, I'm trying to pay attention, but you're wearing like ears, like cat ears on your head, and why? And like Johnny's trying to explain it. And so basically the interview not only kept getting worse, but not go anywhere because Ram Ram was so drunk and so Steve Ram Ram that that the interview was just a complete loss. And that was like one of our hyped things on there. So since I was pissed and Johnny was pissed, the joke was that it was supposed to be at Hope X, but it was supposed to be a future HopeCon. If Ram Ram goes to speak again, we had a deal. Actually,
I mean, he speaks every time.
I can say what it is. Just know that's involved cat ears because I also know how Ram Ram likes to snoop around. I still would love for this to be a surprise. So, yeah, just know
I mean, the more we talk about it, the less likely it's going to be a surprise.
So the one thing I never got to experience from Hope of previous years is apparently when Jello by Afro was still going to Hope, he would actually sit on Bobby Steele's talk.
Yeah.
Robert Steele's talk. At 3 in the morning, here's this ex-CIA agent, here's Jello by Afro, asking the CIA questions. It's like taking notes at like 3 in the morning. That's what I wanted to see. Like, Jello by Afro, you know lead singer of the Dead Kennedys, punk icon, Jello by Afro?
One failed thing at Hope that I would love to see resurrected, I don't have the time to do this, but I would love to do this for like at a Hope 12 or something, is the idea of having the music room, which I think is a good idea, but apparently the way they handled it, I think it was at Hope, it was either at Hope 5 or Hope 6, it didn't really do well, but reading people's experience about it, I could understand why, because it was like, if you think Radio Statler doesn't have any cohesion, that room basically had no cohesion to it.
I mean, music rooms are they can be kind of difficult. They aren't necessarily. They do it at MagFest, or not MagFest. They had it at Mag Classic. They probably had it at MagFest, where they just kind of like everybody just kind of brings their musical instruments and take over.
But yeah, it was like apparently like super poorly structured and stuff, and I also think to some degree it was like, I don't know, it's like people kind of get it now. You know, like I think they get it more now than they did then. So I think now would kind of go over partly well, but yeah, it's like that was also a thing, yeah.
This should be the audio, by the way. I just posted it of the Late Night with Steve Ram Band with special guest Rum.
Yeah. After we get off air and Jag, me, and Cassandra doing the Ferris Purposes, I'm definitely gonna make Jag listen to it because it is. You'll realize
it's pretty good.
And it just keeps falling apart. It's like the eternal train wreck of an interview. Yeah.
I don't think I ever finished my announcement. But so like last time we had beer and nobody drank the beer, so I think this time we're gonna instead do liquor.
You're gonna have what?
Liquor. I think we're just gonna stock up on liquor.
Oh, full Jameson. I know Nick brought 3.
If you want expensive things, you can bring it, but I'm probably just gonna get handles of something that's tolerable.
Jim Beam's not expensive shit. It's just regular whiskey from like.
What, Jim Beam? No, fuck that stuff. That's gross.
Oh,
question.
Come on.
So,
what, Jim Beam?
So wait a minute. So here's what I'm just to clarify what you're asking me. Are you asking me to bring stuff that I think would go well at the con, or are you asking me to bring what I think is the most fun, strongest stuff? Because those are two very different things.
My point was that I will probably just get handles of like stuff, not like middle shelf stuff for attendees and like people who come by or whatever. Okay. If you want something special that is expensive or nice, that is on you. If you want to bring something that you like, then you should do that. But I just remember last time that Steve Rambam came in and he was like, "So where's the booze?" And I offered him a beer and he was like, "That shit's warm. Fuck you." And then he went over to the security desk and got some probably rum. Might have been whiskey.
On Thursday. So yeah, no. What I could do this year in general, especially since it was so incredibly boozy at Hopex on Saturday night, is, and I normally don't bring stuff, so what I could do is I could bring in some like good middle high end stuff that would go well with people, and then for like people that I trust that aren't gonna like kill themselves on it, I'll bring my own suicide in a bottle for me and for some other people to share. like I said, I haven't even brought the most crazy stuff to Jack, but Jack kind of knows my experiences with tastes of bringing in various liquors, so. And we also might have our own.
He brings in like weird stuff that you can't stomach, which will get you really shit faced.
Yeah, and also maybe by the how long would it take us? Because depending on the timing, we might be able to do a full deviant and bring in our own brands, at least in this household, depending on how fast we can move with stuff, like the absinthe. How long will that take?
Oh, absinthe. Why?
It should be fine. I wish it'd be fine, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Let's move.
Yeah.
We need to get started now. Like actually go out. Shit. Yeah, we like after the.
About this Wednesday, I have nothing to do on Wednesday. I'll get supplies.
Devil Springs is the perfect. Everclear is a little overclear.
Yeah, no, we don't want to. Yeah.
I wasn't called. There's this markered up notebook. It's just entitled. Just my absinthe logbook.
Yeah.
I just have like trial and error.
We basically have resources.
Absinthe recipes, and like the last batch I made is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks like real absinthe. It tastes like real absinthe. It oozes like real absinthe.
Yeah, it's like more. It's like the kind of like what more of like the Europeans drink.
What's it called? It has real worm. It's made with real wormwood. It has real Fajona in it. So I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
It's for all intents and purposes, it's absinthe.
So as I said, we might go full deviant and start bringing our like own shit too.
Well, actually,
we'll see how far we progress with
Well,
that.
actually, no. Since 2008, the United States has the exact same laws on absinthe as Europe does.
Mhm.
Regulated to 10 milligrams per liter of Fajona.
Right.
The shit I have is going to be a little stronger because I make it myself. The place I go to, local, not local, the town I used to live in had a local metaphysics shop. They catered to the witchcraft crew. The good thing about the witches is they have all kinds of fun herbs, which have great purposes. Like for example, you can get mandrake. It's literally wormwood. Grand Mal wormwood, already dried, is $3.50 an ounce, $3.50 an ounce. Same for high sop wormwood, high sop. Mandrake, all kinds of fun stuff.
And I sort of wish our camera was wireless because the funniest part about this place is that we have the basement to do a lot of projects, which is another advantage of here. So it's like we need to start getting on with that, especially now that even though I'm working 2 jobs, the scheduling has balanced itself out for more free time, and that also might change very soon with allowing me to have a decent schedule. So yeah, we need to get on our own shit. But yeah, in terms of Radio Statler stuff, because I'm either going to be kind of doing the arcade or not doing it, I'll probably be available to do help for stuff with content setup, archiving and things like that. You know, because before I didn't know because I thought I was going to full on did it, and then life happened to me. So. And Jack's Jack and Cassandra's Cassandra. So yeah.
All right. Well, it's been about an hour, I think. So I probably need to drop off.
Alrighty.
So I think we should call it.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
I'm just glad this happened. So because we missed last time. So next time you hear us, there'll be like one more show, and then it's the con.
Oh Jesus! Why did you say that? Now I'm gonna be freaking out for the rest of the month.
That's why I'm here.
As nerve-wracking as it always is.
Yes.
Oh well.
And then then the con happens, and then you look back and you feel like everything happened within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Actually, I have this new job I'm at has quite a nice time off policy. So I actually have the Tuesday before the con up to the Tuesday after the con off. It's probably going to end either really happily or exhaustingly for me.
Both at the same time, like a mixture of the two. I already put my notices to take off work regardless if I'm at one job still there. I've already put in the notices for that, so I'm pretty good at covering that. So yep,
Yeah.
I'll be there, all crazy and stuff.
It's going to be great. We're going to go hard. It's going to be insane.
Go big or go home.
Rock and roll.
Enjoy.
All right. See you guys in a month, hopefully. And did anybody hear from Night Owl? Is he sleeping? Oh my God! It's like he's awake from the dead.
Night Owl.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yes, Al.
What was hell like?
Windows
Really missed
10
most of the show.
everywhere.
Oh no.
Windows 10 everywhere.
Oh God. That's a terrifying notion.
The devil with the pitchfork. You will install Windows 10.
Hellish.
Yeah.
Very.
No, you see, what'll happen is more insidious than that. You're not going to realize that you're in hell until every time you're in the middle of something, your computer shuts down and installs Windows 10.
No, hell is not bash script. Hell is a PowerShell script that calls what's it called? That references an ActiveX plugin.
Yeah.
Oh, why? That's terrible. Let me tell you, I used to write shit in VB script because it was the only programming language that was almost guaranteed to work on a Windows box that wasn't as shitty as Batch or PowerShell.
I don't know. Bash can be what's it called? Bash can be somewhat elegant if you do it right.
Batch scripting, the .bat files, really?
I thought this is Bash. Like
No, Bash is an okay language. Bash is fine. It's a language. It has some weird crufty shit, but it's passable. VB script is alright. I look at PowerShell and it's like, let's make a scripting language, but also make it like Java.
Which is what no language ever started out.
Yeah. Like anybody who's like, you know what, I want to make a scripting language and I want it to be object oriented and it's just like, no, honey, no. Please stop, no. Just pipe and filter for days. All right, let's call it a night. It was great seeing you all. Hopefully, we will see you next time.
See you guys next time.
See y'all.
Bye.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.